Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the studio. I hope by the time that you get to this video, it will find you in a great space to create because today I'm going to share my not newfound, but branching out more into gouache. Now, right here, I had evidently I'm not sure how this happened. I have a mixing set and I have an introductory set. Introductory are 6 colors, which are your basic colors. And the mixing set gives you 8 colors, which you got over here. I think there's a purple in here. So let's see the difference real quick. Let's turn them over. And it's introductory. That's what we're knowing. That's what we're talking about. So today you're going to need definitely water, and if you're going to follow along, that's if you're going to follow along, because some of you guys, you hang around, you come for the conversation, not so much the painting. But hold on, let me put some lotion on my hand so I'm not looking like I've been cooking with flour all day, baking some bread, because I have not. Do not bake bread. I'll leave that for Dawn to do. Don't know. Not that I can't, probably could. But anyway, we got ultramarine blue, turquoise blue, flame red. Okay, those are different. And we got cadmium lemon. We got brilliant yellow. We got rose tyrene. Those are the colors that are different. So hence the mixing set, because those are already mixed colors that are going to make some vibrant colors. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to just have a conversation, chat. At the time this video is probably being put out, I'm almost certain I'm still on vacation. So I wanted to make sure that you guys didn't get left without having some I am Karen McKoy in the studio time. Because we healing over here. What? One brush stroke at a time. We're not trying to take it 5 strokes, 10 strokes. We're learning how to just breathe and walk through it. So this introductory set are the primary colors. That's just it, right? It delivers exceptional opacity, high pigment loads, and smooth blending capabilities. I can vouch for that thus far, because I'm going to do mixed media today. So I'm going to kind of do. Listen, there's no plan here. I'm going to do something because I wanted to create with both of these, because I think in another video that I have coming out or is out, I'm not sure. If I find it when I finish with this recording, I'll link it um, above or put it in the description box below. But Utrecht is a new brand that I've started kind of navigating to. And it's Blick turned me on to it, because Blick is no longer selling their watercolors, their own brand of, and they referred you to Utrecht. So I started going down a little rabbit hole of, well, let's see what these are all about, because they're a little less expensive. Um, and you know me, I have an international palette of watercolors. These are my gouache. So this is the first sets of gouache that I have, other than my Hemi gouache, which is the difference. It's a whole bit different ball game. Okay, whole different ball game. So we're gonna get to it, and I'm gonna start with the mixing set. And what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna worry about squeezing so much in my palette, or am I? I think I am, because I want you to see how these are these colors. So I won't have to squeeze these colors because they're already squeezed out in here. But these right here, I'll probably do something different. I'm not sure. We're just going to wake these up, show you how easy they are to wake up. Not a whole lot of spraying you got to do. And I've already did some mixing. I will tell you this. Where's water? Get you some what are these? What kind of brush this is? Synthetic. That's what I wanted to say, because my watercolor brushes are a little different, and I've noticed that. Okay, so that one is woke, and we're going to just kind of plop them down here as we talk about something, right? So if you're new here, I'm Karen, and around here we usually use creativity as a way to heal, reflect, and gently come back home to ourselves, right? One brush stroke at a time. Oh, look, how can you see that? This had some of this blue in it, so that's going to be real, real, real pretty. I'm not going to worry about, don't worry about whether you can see it now. I'm going to do something in a second that's going to make it just pop off the page. Hopefully. This is mixed media paper that I'm on, so we're going to hope it does what I want it to do. There we go. Now it's gonna dry, and you would have seen it anyway. But I like I like this brand, and it's, let me put it this way, for if you are a beginner and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money on trying to decide if you like a thing, I would advise this is a good brand to start with. It's how can I say, it is thick enough that it's not watery. It's definitely not a beginner set. I can say that because some of these in here, of course, these are all series. They have different series. But when you go into getting the mixes, so you got Rose Tyrene. You'd have to go in. Look, let's see. We got it on the thing. Hold on. Let me get my glasses because I want to be able to read it. But right here, this one, remember I told you this one is a mixing set, right? So right here, this one is Light Fast 3, transparency is opaque, but this one is PR81-5. So it has rhodamine and alumina lake. So those two colors, which means then when you go mixing these two colors, maybe with another color, right? Then you're going to have this vibrant color. Like this blue and white, that's basic, but it's a different kind. So let's get over here with this one, which is, let's put that one there. I'm going to take some of this. Now, I want you to think about something, right? Here's what you'll need for today's creating joy. Just show up. In this gouache conversation, it isn't just going to be for painting. It's going to be for healing as well, right? Because you guys know I take what I do. If you're new to my channel, I take watercolor and all different mediums that I use. I even make junk journals, and I take them and we have a conversation about talking about how to heal, right? How to give yourself space for your emotions, how to help release a little, right? And to remind yourself that joy lives inside, even if it's deep, 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 deep down inside right now. I want to have a conversation that maybe pokes at something, that maybe gives you a little bit of, oh man, I didn't even think about that in a while, or whatever. So I want something to resonate with you in your spirit and kind of be like, oh, got it. All right, that's there we go. Gotta take that out of there. So we're going. Do you see how this wakes up? Oh goodness. Okay, hold on. We got some little sprigs that don't want to wake up. All right, now I'm going to do something. I'm going to take. I'll take maybe. Because we're experimenting over here. Oh, that's pretty. That which then these turn into me. They turn into something that looks like granulations. Like look at that. That looks like something of my Holbein that I have. When you mix those two together and came up this pretty, pretty vibrant purple. So I get it when it says it's a mixing set. Let's make this, well, Swoop it around. Swoop, 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 swoop. Just slap the paint on the paper. That's all we're doing. And having fun. Oh, I just circled that out. I didn't want that circled out. There we go. Oh, and see, you see, it's still got some of that in there. But that's a pretty color. We're going to just kind of drop it over there. Boop, 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 boop. Now you get to do whatever you want to do in your thing. You draw, you can actually take you a piece of paper. I mean, not a piece of paper, some tape. Tape it off and do you some boxes. Do what you want to do, right? I just want you to take time for yourself to create. I want you to take time to give yourself the space to decide whether maybe mixed media might be the thing, right? Maybe you might want this U-Track Artist Gouache mixing set, right? Because it comes with 8 colors. It's a good start. Or you might want the introductory, which is the basic set. Now, some people ask me, what's the difference between gouache and watercolor? Gouache is opaque. It's, and gouache is it's one of those things that the opacity is a little different from watercolor. Watercolor reacts a little bit different from gouache. And I just like them both. Now, if you like acrylic, you'll love gouache. Because, let's see. Let me see. Let's take a color. Let's pull back out the blue since I used it all. Let's get a clean palette. And let's kind of pour it on here so you can kind of see. Now, normally I haven't used the tubes, so that's why I wanted to use tubes, because if you know me, you know I like watercolor in the tubes, and I like the grown tubes. Let's make sure everything's cleaned up out of here. All right, let's put this over here. Watch this come out. You're not going to squeeze too much. Some of the gum arabic is come out, so this needs to, it's kind of settled, which means I need to use them more. That's all that means. All right, let's clean this brush. Make sure it's clean and mix them up. Look at that. It's so creamy. Right? And I did another video talking about the difference between gouache and watercolors. I'll try to link that in this video if I can remember. I'm gonna write myself a note because I do know I did that. I'm not sure if it was on a live or not. So mixing turquoise blue and white gives me peace. So when I think about, and this is what I want to share, is mixing these colors, I have different emotions that doing the colors make me literally purple, makes me feel like I have peace, makes me feel calm. Pink makes me feel happy. Then when you take the red and the lemon, it reminds me I'm still alive. It's a fiery color, it's tender, and it's real. Sometimes I have to be real with myself. And over the process of learning how to take my journey, let's go and slap it down. Look at that. Take my journey that I've turned into watercolor, healing one brush stroke at a time. I've also decided which colors I love. And with the help of the tool AI, it really gave me some different combinations to try. And then I can be like, oh, I like that. Or, nah, I'm not with that one. Or, no, I don't like that. So I want you to kind of do that, is give yourself space to create and find out what your color is. Do you have a color? Some people don't have a color. Some people really like all the things. And that's okay too. But I like to use a lot of bright flowery colors because I create roses, I create flowers, and I'm trying to broaden my, step out there in the world and do different kind of flowers. It's working so far. But look at that. Look at these colors. So they're pretty. Now, I'm going to fill this paper up with flowers. So we're just going to slap the paint down. So we got blue. And remember I said turquoise blue, which is this blue. We're going to put this one down here. I'm going to take all the ones I've used up and mixed up over here because these are, I choose to mix them up for whatever reason. It's okay. Let's leave that one out. And ultramarine is out. That one's there. And let's put this one over here. I'll remember. Okay. So the link to, I have an affiliate link with Blick. So if you decide that you want to get you some of these or get the mixing set or the introductory set, I'll put the link below. I greatly appreciate you supporting. It's another way to support my art habit is to use my affiliate link. I'm new to the all the things, but I like it so far. It's fun. And remember guys, I like whatever's going to bring me joy. And hanging out. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, if you could just feel how that feels on this brush, it's just gliding down. Now we can water this down a little bit, but why? And then kind of, it's just going to be a little watery. But the color, see, it didn't water down the color. Look at that. Oh, yum, yum, yummy. I love this turquoise blue. So the turquoise blue and white. Let's take some white. Dab it on there. Stick it up there a little bit. So you can see how pretty. Look how pretty it's even emerging in the... Let's put that. Look at that. Doesn't that make you just feel peace? Like you go from that color to this color. Yum, yum, yummy. Oh, and then we can, let's see if we can drop some in there. Love it, love it, love it. So this is the thing that I want you to know. No matter what emotion that you're going through today at the time of you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, it doesn't matter. I want you to pick a color, right? Pick your color, soft color, dark color, whatever. And whether you have Utrecht or not, just pick your color. And just let's say I'm not into watercolor and I'm not into nothing that you're doing, pick a pen. Go find you a blue pen, whatever color pen, black pen, a fountain pen, in whatever color resonates with you. And just draw some lines or draw some flowers or, draw whatever. That's really how I think the whole journey for me started. When my little ones when they were little, it's like I had to have colored pencils and all the stuff around because they were in school. And so then you just find things that, tend to make you happy. And because then I used a lot of blue and black because the kiddos couldn't use different colors, or I used Sharpies. Most of the primary colors ended up being like colors that made me happy. But then I didn't feel like I had anything that I needed to really not be happy about. Okay, let's mix these two and we'll get that pretty purple again. Or will we? Wait, no, that's the blue. I think that's the color. No, it's not. That's turquoise blue. But all it's doing is giving me another blue, the same blue. But let's put it down and see what we get. Yeah, kind of the same. Just explore, play around, have fun, you know. So right here, this whole little project is kind of what I call cover and release. So we're going to cover this page and release whatever is going on, right? Usually I'll grab my journal and I'll take a page that I've written on or any surface that holds my emotions. And when I mean hold my emotions is when I'm painting on the canvas. So whatever it is, it could be a letter, a thought that I've had, or even sometimes like I just started here with a blank page. So, and then I can still take this and journal on it, right? But at the end of the day, the whole point of why I am doing this is because I'm going to gently recover whatever feelings that I may be needed. right? So using a mixture with this turquoise and white, because today I needed peace. Literally at the time I'm recording this video, I needed peace. And as I brush it across the page, I whisper to myself, I'm allowed to let go in the flowers, right? I don't have to carry it all today, and I don't have to worry about it, right? And then you can add a symbol that speaks to your heart. Like I put these flowers. That's why flowers are my symbol of peace. So as I paint a bloom, it's just like new life reemerging. Every petal, every petal. Let's make this one a little bit more watery. Every petal, we're gonna make this into a peony. And every petal that I get to put down for this, it makes me feel happy, right? Every brush stroke. It's not that I'm trying to cover up the pain. It's like I want to heal one brush stroke at a time. Simple. And that's all I want you guys is to do the same thing, right? So it's not that you can't, but mixed media art is a great way to combat life, grief, and growth and find your joy. Okay? So that's why I personally use the different tools. I use watercolor, I use mixed media. Like once I finish with this, if I can just keep painting while I talk, then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna take this page. Now we're gonna take some yellow because we're gonna use all of these colors. And you know, if we take yellow and what it is, yellow and let's see, yellow, we're gonna put yellow and blue to get that yellow, blue, green. And then I'm gonna take some black, put in there. If the black wanted to wake up, ooh, I think I'm gonna leave that in the palette. That's my color. So I love greens. So I love creating greens. But you see how these are mixing up? They're so yummy. They're not taking any kind of time. So we're going to slide down, just kind of slap some leaves down. Because you have flowers, you got to have them sitting in some leaves. Kind of, and I'm going to put some more flowers down because I'm feeling like that's not going to be enough leaves. Put some more up there. And another thing that I really don't really take a whole lot of time to do is prepare. Like I don't have an end goal in mind. Put some more water on that and let that be a little loosey-goosey. I don't have an end goal in mind, right? I just want to grab my Utrecht gouache set, a journal surface, make it into a journal surface, and create something soulful, right? There we go. Oh, those are pretty. And you just slap it down. Look at that. Oh. Now, you don't have to do what I do. But if you want to think about it and you're just like, oh, I need to think about this so that I can do X, Y, and Z. That'll work. That'll work. If that works for you and that's what you need to do, I'm not saying don't. But for me, it's not about the end game. It's about what's going on while I'm painting. Right now, I'm doing a whole lot of talking to you guys. And so if I do pause and get quiet, it's because a moment happened. And because as I'm literally doing it, this green is just speaking life to me. Like really speaking life to me, right? So today I'm not just painting, I'm also healing. And if I find that evidently sometimes when I realize when I start painting, I come up with some thought, and I'd be like, "Have you been holding on to grief again?" And remember, y'all, grief is anything that makes your heart hurt, because grief is not necessarily that you've lost a loved one or that I've lost 2 children and a granddaughter, so that might not be your journey. Maybe you've lost a mother or father or husband, whatever it is. Grief is anything that makes your heart hurt, right? So that's why I tell anybody we're going to heal one brushstroke at a time. So this video is for you if you've been holding grief, stress, or an emotional weight, right? That's why I do it. That's why I literally slap paint on paper because I don't want to hold on to it. I want to slap it down and then we're going to, journal it or sometime I've already journaled. It all depends, especially if I'm going to be live on Mondays and Wednesdays. Oh, let me give you that. Mondays and Wednesdays, once I come back off vacation. And if you're future in this video is being recorded in 2025. So if you're future, then I'm probably not on vacation, but I do my lives on Monday and Wednesday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And so if you're new to the channel, and you're like, oh, cool, then subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and the bell notification all. So that way, when I do go live, you'll get a notification, prayerfully at the time. People have been hit or miss, but if you hit all, you're giving YouTube permission to, when I do go live, to send you a notification. Some people, like, I had to realize that I wasn't getting a lot of live notifications because I had changed the settings for when I started YouTube. Um, and I didn't want to get notifications, but now I want to get notified. I want to get notified when Dawn goes live, when Beth goes live. I want to know when the people go live, like Di when she goes live, and all the, because they have fun lives, and definitely want to get that notification when Mama Juju on the back 40 goes live. Because oh my God, listen, if y'all have not subscribed to Mama Juju on the back 40, definitely look her up on YouTube. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Look at those. Those are so pretty. Okay, I'm going to go back and, because I feel like that yellow, I popped it on too fast. And I didn't give it time to really, I didn't give it time to really let me show you. I mixed it up real fast. Excuse me. Okay, so right here, I want to ask you a question because y'all know I like to have interactive, interactive, interactive lives. I mean, look, see lives. I'm so used to doing lives. But interactive, even in video. This is, feel like it's not waking. It's bally. Where's my water? Got enough water and I don't feel like I need anymore. I just need to mix it up. There we go. Not seeing it get stuck all in my brush. Okay. But here's a question. I did a video, and I will definitely listen. I'm going to try to link some of these videos, but some of them, hopefully you guys have already seen. I'm not sure at the time. I'll know once I stop recording this video. But I did one that was talking about where are you in your life right now. And so that's one of the questions that I still want to be consistent is what part of your current life deserves more appreciation, right? And where have you been overlooking your own joy? Remember, I slap paint on paper because I want it to give me more joy. I want it to help me heal from any kind of pain that I've, gone through and all the tragedies that have been in my life. Doesn't mean that it needs to hold me forever, but sometimes I just need to know, do a quick little study in my own head of, Karen, where are you now? How do you feel right now? Like, it's been, at the time of this recording, it's been 6 years. Oh, is it? Let me see, 2019. Yeah, it'll be 6 years this year, for the anniversary of my son's death. And it's been 18 years since my daughter and my granddaughter. So sometimes I have to stop measuring my today against yesterday, right? It's just like yesterday, it happened to me. It's a part of my life. It's always going to be a part of my life. It's never going to be a part that I won't talk about because why? I would want someone else who's going through the same things that I'm going through. I would want them to really take the time to give themselves a little break, to stop measuring themselves and saying, well, don't play the woulda, coulda, shoulda game, right? I wish I woulda did this. I coulda did this, or I coulda said that, or it would have been better if I, don't do that to yourself. Celebrate where you are right now in your life, and I promise you, when you start looking at where you are and finding the good in you today, and not measuring to yesterday. not measuring up against a dream that maybe died, a marriage that didn't work, right? A friendship that you had to let go of because it was toxic. It was like being in a battered relationship. Those are the kind of things that I'm telling you. That's what I mean when I say stop measuring your today to your yesterday, right? But this life, your now life, is still worthy of love. I tell people all the time in my videos and all the lives is I want you to know that you're not trying to figure it out. You are becoming that good thing that God already said that you are. You just need to kind of see it for yourself. That's it. That's it. So, question: what expectations do you need to release so that you can fully receive where you are right now? I had to really hone in on that. I had to really ask myself that question. Like, girl, where are you? Like, because I felt like I just wasn't where I felt like I should be. But then when I started looking at it from the lens of where God was, where I keep showing up, and then when I try to stop, God shows up again. Those are the times when God has given me a gentle nudge to say, this is where I want you. I want you to have fun. I want you to relax. It's not always going to be full of pain. And I don't always want you to be crying over what you have lost. They're not lost. You know where they are, right? So that is when I had to realize that the new chapter, even though I was unsure, even though I didn't know if I even wanted to turn the page, it was okay. And that works out. It works out. So when I look at it from that lens, and sometimes you might have a different view. You know what they say, people with vision, sometimes they can't see. They're blinder than a person who is actually blind. Person that actually is blind got more vision than a person that can see. Something like that. Helen Keller, I think, said something to that effect. That's pretty. Ooh, I done picked up this one. Let's put this down. But so hence is why I do what I do. Slap paint on paper to heal one brushstroke at a time. Literally. Okay, I feel like I want to put some black in here somewhere. That black is compromised, but we're going to do this. This is what we're going to do. I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to take it and put it in here. Oh, that gum came out first. Let's put that over there. Oh, Lord. Mix it all up. When the gummy, oh, that was a lot. But when it comes out, oh, that was a lot. But I needed to get some color and not all that stuff. This is ivory black. Okay, we're going to use this over here. We're going to have to do some saturations of getting this off my brush. You know what? I'm not going to stress over it. But what I am going to do is find another piece of paper. These were going to get painted over anyway, so there we are. Because I'm using them to do this. So let's kind of take one and see how it works. See, we don't throw anything away around here. I'm not going to, let me not say that. I do throw some things away. We're not hoarding, but try to keep it to a minimum. Okay, so that'll dry. Oh, that worked out fine, so let's do another one. And these girls, if you want these girls, leave me a comment below. Ooh, I want those girls. And or better yet, send me an email, because these are so cute. And when we're gonna use them, possibly. I'm not trying to make this video extra long, but look at that. Look at that. Let's put some more water in this one. We're gonna make this one real watery. And think of a color. Let's see. Let me think of a color that I can possibly. Oh, that's pretty. That's almost like a gray. Okay, let's take some of that. boop, 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 boop. Give it centers. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I like it. Love it. Love it. We want some more of it. You know how it is. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to have fun, right? Art is not art until someone says it's art. So when you create something, whether it's with a pen, pencil, or you actually some pull up some paper, get you some paper. I think I like black better. We won't worry about it. We're just trying to get this off of the brush, and what? Because we don't waste paint. That's a pretty color though. Look at that gray. Look at that. Okay, hold on. Let's take this. Let's do this. There we go. We'll turn anything into a flower. All right. All right, I'm done with that. We're going to leave that alone. But that's pretty. So you take black and white and make gray, of course. And I'm not saying that you don't know how to do any of the things, but if you don't, no worries. No worries. Remember, we're here. We're just here to have fun. We're just trying to have our art, and we're just trying to give ourselves permission to heal. We're just trying to be creative as we rediscover ourselves. That's all. It does not have to be perfection, right? Not at all. Not at all. Okay, so we use that color, that color. So now we get to see how all of these are. Now I think I'm done. Wait, what other color? Oh, yellow, 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 yellow. Yes, guys, hold on. I forgot. We're doing yellow. We want to put yellow in there. Now remember, I don't have to worry about these being in here. I can pull these back up as you see me re-wetting, reigniting. I call them re-wetting, waking them up. It works. I'm just gonna think I need some more yellow, a little bit more. Want it to not be loosey goosey, but a little bit more. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So we can just slap the paint down. Don't worry about where. We're just putting the yellow there, putting it down. You're going to see later, it really doesn't matter how you put it down, where you put it. The process is all about healing one brushstroke at a time. Talking to yourself, telling yourself you're worthy, telling yourself you are already where you're supposed to be. God has you right where you're supposed to be. To stop overthinking it, to just go with the flow. These brushstrokes should remind you to just go with it. That's pretty. Okay, but these right here, they will wake back up, so I don't have to worry about like I'm wasting paint. Don't have to worry about that. All right. Look at those girls. They would sit over there so pretty. But we're gonna take some. Is this dry? It's dry enough. We're not gonna stress over it. Okay, but I want to see that. But what we're gonna do is, oh, where's my gesso? There it is. I'm going to take some gesso because remember, this is mixed media fun. This is life coming to do its thing, right? Life just came and served you a notice, and you're trying to figure out why did life show up like that, right? This is life. Like, life, why? Why are you coming? I didn't call for you. I want you to stay happy. I want to stay happy. I want to stay in my happy place, right? This gouache is kind of life just showing up, messing up your pretty flowers. That's the way I've realized that life tends to do. It doesn't come and ask me, hey, can I come and hang out with you in the studio? No. Next thing I know, I got a funky attitude. I'm trying to figure out what in the world happened. Somebody said something, and now I'm over here trying to figure out, well, what happened? What was said? Like, how did my energy shift? And it's all because life didn't let you know that it was coming to mess up your day. Just like I took this gesso, some would say, oh my goodness, I can't believe she messed up that. those beautiful flowers. That's what I be saying about life. I can't believe life came and made me have to stand by stand by a coffin again. I've already stood by two coffins at one time. Life haven't I been through enough? So this is what I'm saying. You get to have a conversation with life when you do create. So when I do feel like those questions come up in my mind, then I get to have a conversation with life. Like right now, okay, life, you showed up. I'm not going to worry. It's just like they say, when life serves you lemons, then you make lemonade. So when life serves you some messed up stuff, I want you to grab a piece of paper, write down a note, write a book. Let that be your lemons and turn it into a book. Hey, you never know. It could be a bestseller because your life can touch someone else's life. This is why I do what I do because people have always asked the question, Karen, how do you do it? How do you continue to show up after you've lost two children? How can I not show up? I believe I would do my children a disservice if I didn't show up and if I didn't show up in my authentic self. Okay? So that's that. That's just white gesso that I put over them. And I feel like I need to put some more on it, but I'm not. I am going to pull out. Oh, Lord, my white paint got the top popped off. I hope it didn't dry out. Oh, let's give her a good shake. See. Oh, man. Let's put a little bit of white over here. Oh, yes, it's good. Now, I'm going to cut my heating tool on. And we're going to hit it with the heating tool because we want life to dry up the spots. Because remember, life still shows up. It doesn't tell you I'm leaving. It doesn't tell you when it's leaving. It doesn't tell you when somebody's going to lie on you. It doesn't tell you when somebody's going to use your name in vain. So it still hangs around. But what I want you to do is think about, what do you want to tell life? You might be thinking about, oh Lord, I'm in my 40s, I'm over 40, I'm way over 40. I want to go back to school. Well, life told you can't go back to school, you're too old. Or life told you, no, you better keep that job because you can't get another one. Everybody should be happy to have a job right now. Or sometimes people be like, you better be glad somebody hired you. Those are all the things that life will tell you. And I want you to have a conversation. I want you to talk back to life. I want you to tell life, okay, I hear you. I'm going back to school anyway. I went back to school in my 40s. I went back to school in my 30s, as a matter of fact. I have 2 degrees because I started a thing, got married, started again, stopped. I just didn't let life stop me because it was a goal that I wanted. Right? So I wanted to have degrees. And once I got my first degree, I just like, oh, let's get another one. And then after my daughter and granddaughter died, I was just like, oh, well, let's get another one. And that's the one I pretty much paused at, but I pretty much finished, but who knows? Okay, so we're going to take this white. You're like, Karen, didn't you just put white down? That was gesso. It's a little different. This white is a little different. This is the white I want to kind of seal. I want to seal in the joy that you do find. So if anything is resonating with you and it's waking up a little monster that's inside of you and you're just like, you know what, I can do this, then we want to seal those happy thoughts in. We don't want them to go nowhere. So we're going to seal them in, wrap them in this white acrylic paint, and that's going to be the sealer. And gouache is not going to really wake up because we're not going to spend too much time on it because we want it to stay kind of sleeping. So this is what we call mixed media. I've taken gouache, I've taken gesso, and now acrylic paint, and I'm mixing it all on this piece of paper. This is actually mixed media paper. It's 140 pounds. When you want to slap a whole lot of stuff on it, this is what I tell people to get, mixed media paper. Watercolor paper is cool too, but why waste watercolor paper when you want a little bit more, not so toothy? Watercolor paper tends to be a little grabby because, you know, the watercolors want to go somewhere and they want to hang out. And I like for them to show out. Look at that. Ah. So when life shows up, I don't care. I just fight back very, very graciously. And so then we take these girls as I go. We're going to sit in the moment. Or, because remember I told you we're going to kind of journal on this thing. Don't have to worry about journaling, like really, really writing. Let's hit this with the heat tool again. Because we're building layers on top of layers. That's what life does. Life just piles it on. You just get it piled on. You get in the car to go to work. Somebody cuts you off. You get in an accident. You have a flat tire. You get in an argument. All those things, right? It's layer upon layer upon layer. But you get to show up as your authentic self and say, I got this. Okay? Because you maybe can't always sit down and paint. I want you to be able to take a pen and a piece of paper. I'm not going to worry about getting it all dry because hopefully you can still hear me through the tool. That's turning out so pretty. So pretty. Okay, and so now I want to take we're just going to put some marks on it. Oh, let's put some green. Oh, yummy. Maybe. No, we don't do that. I like that brown. I think I might pull it back out. And then we're going to take this part right here. We're just really kind of building up. Got some neo colors, but we're going to make these flowers kind of stand alone. Kind of, not a lot, not really, not really stand alone, but oh, yummy. So there we go. Oh, and those crayons, they're Unison soft pastels. Sorry, I slapped them down there and didn't even tell you. And as you can see, I like them because they're not as chalky. They are still a little chalky. They're just pastels. I think pastels are just going to be chalky. I don't think there's a way you can get away from it. And I'm not trying to be enabled because I wanted some pan pastels, and I was just like, nope, Karen, you can't have pan pastels until you use these pastels. They're not just for to be, because they're decorating like literally in front of me. Oh, that one's got kind of on there. Yeah, let's slap a lot of paint on there, a lot of water on there so it can kind of peek through. Boop, boop, boop. Now you get to see why I say life never wins. Meaning not life doesn't win, but like when life shows up and wants to be messy, it doesn't have to win. This is literally what I do. And I'm literally usually be having a conversation with God, depending on what it is, especially if it's some family drama. I'm like, God, that's your child. Or, you know, no matter who it is, it's still God's child. Be like, handle them and let them not show up in my space with that foolishness anymore. because I'm just not here for it in 2025. So going forward, we've started taking along our own journey, our own healing, and nobody's going to piss on me and tell me it's raining. That's just not what we're going to do. But what we will do is we will take our dreams and tell ourselves that they are just so big till they make us pee on our own self. So if your dream is just that big, you're just like, oh my goodness, I can't contain it. Then you're right where you need to be. If you think of the thought of your dreams, make you just like, oh my goodness. All right. Some would say that's a hot mess. It was better before. And I would say I beg to differ because this is how life shows up. Now we're gonna do some asemic writing. I'm gonna kind of journal here. There you go. Can't know what I said because it's for me and God. But we don't worry about it like that. It's yummy. Make sure that, look how that pops up on top of there, because it's gonna show back up. You see, so don't worry about putting stuff on top of your flowers. Don't worry about that. We don't want that ignited. We want the words to stay there. But you want to bring it to life. You want it to be yummy, so that no matter what's going on, it shows up pretty. Now, this is another part where I would do, oh, I used all my white, is I'll go back in, excuse me, we got enough black, so let's kind of go in there with some of that, top of that. Just putting it in there because see it's popping up. So that's it. Okay. Now I'm going to take her. We're going to put her there. And we're going to put her there. Let's take her and cut her out a little bit more. Get us some glue. Boom. Boom. There we go. And also, I want to kind of go over this one. Where's mine there? With this is some gloss gel medium. It's clear, so you won't see it, but I want this to kind of seal her in the page. Because she is not on a canvas like this one, but we can do this one too. But she's on like a canvas. She is in the page. So she would go more inward. Let's see if I have another one. She is different. Let's cut her out. Glue, put it back over there. And you can use some regular glue. You don't have to have like the kind of glue I have. Whatever kind of glue. Elmer's glue. But you want to make sure that it's going to really stick, especially if you don't let it dry in between layers like me. Normally, I would let this dry, and it would dry over like a couple of hours before I would really go in like I did. But because I use different mediums, it's doing okay. But the next layer that I'm going to do, you won't see that one. And that's, well, maybe, because it's looked like it's doing good right here. So maybe. But I know this recording is getting a little long. And I really didn't mean for it to be this long. But it's sometimes when you want to make sure that someone's heart is healing, it's okay. There's no time limit. You can always pause, come back, or either pause and go get you some supplies and just use this time for you. That's what you can do. Because that's what I want you to do. Okay, that won't. So we're going to do some white gesso again in some places because we have to cover up. Oh, my brushes still had water on it. Duh, Karen. So let's just take that off because it's got water on it. I want it. Ooh, that's pretty. Look how that look, sometimes it's not a mistake. Let's just do it that way then. We'll do it then. There we go. Just want to kind of give it a little bit of texture around it. So she kind of looks like she is a part of the page. And then at the same time, the flowers pop out too. This has become my favorite technique. I'm going to leave my finger in there. So we're just going over the dark spots and letting it know that life came. You can see some of life's residue, but look at the beauty that came after it left. And this is what I was talking about. If it's still not dry, but it's doing pretty good, but I'm going to stop because I don't want it to get too that's nice. Okay. And over, oh, I can do over here because over here is dry. Lovely. Okay. Pretty. Sorry guys, I got beside myself and stop thinking. Stop even forgetting I was recording. That's what I want you to do. I want you to get caught up in the art of creating your joy till you just get lost in it. And that's where we are. We got a little bit of journaling in there. And when this dries, I'll probably do some more. But look how the girls are sitting amongst the flowers. So we did all the things. And once it dries, I might come back over it with a little bit more lightness, like this, so that it can really, really pop out. Or I might leave it like it is because right now it's saying I'm done, I'm okay. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to say, I'm done. I'm done with whatever I'm fighting against, and I'm okay. And relax with a book or whatever, and just take a deep breath, and don't let life control you. Don't forget, I have an affiliate link that I'm going to link in the description box. So if you want your own U-Track, you can get your own U-Track and artist mixing set or the introductory set. All right, guys. Bye. It was fun. See you later.